Good morning, Tehmina Khan is here in TK Maths S1. In today's video, which is video number 1 on geometric distribution, which is a part of the syllabus of A-level mathematics S1, code is 9709. So I will make 3 to 4 videos to complete the concept with the help of the past paper question and the reason of the rules or the formulas which are given in MF19 directly, so that you can apply it in any situation. Here are the 2 QR codes of all the videos I have made on P1 and S1 so far. So you can scan it to learn more about maths. So let's start with geometric distribution. What is geometric distribution? First of all, the question is, and how it is different from the binomial distribution. We will see the condition also. So I'm starting here with the help of the example to make the connection between the two. But before that, let's recall binomial distribution. Binomial distribution talk about the number of trials should be fixed, outcome should be 2 only, failure and success, and the probability of the success should remain same, right? So now if you see here for geometric distribution, let's see this example, and here I will differentiate how it is different from the binomial distribution, right? Suppose you have a fair die and we want to keep rolling it until we roll a 6. Okay, so until you get 6 on the die, you keep rolling it. So there is no end limit. There is a condition that until you get 6. So for example, if you get 6 first time, what will be the answer? 1 over 6. Because the probability of getting 6 on the die is 1 over 6, right? Because you're talking about a fair die. So every number on the die will have an equal chance to appear, which is 1 over 6. So now if it happens one time, I mean the first time you roll it and you get 6. So probability is what? 1 over 6. But second condition is, first time you do not get 6 and second time you get 6. So what is the probability? 5 over 6 times 1 over 6, which is this case. If you get it third time, 6, 1, 2, 3. First time you didn't get 6, second time you didn't get 6, third time you got 6. So it will be what? This case, which is 5 over 6 power 2 into 1 over 6. So at the end, what did we deduce here? That if you roll it k times, right? So it will be what? 5 over 6 k minus 1. Why k minus 1? Because you can see here, when it was third time you were getting 6. So 5 over 6 has power 2. Let me take one more example to make it more clear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth time you got 6, but the other 3 times you did not get 6. So what is the probability of each one of them? 5 over 6. So 5 over 6 power 3 into 1 over 6 power 1. So when it is fourth time you are getting 6, then 5 over 6 is power 3, which is 1 less. So that's why it is k minus 1. Okay. So what did we get from here? That if we are getting, for example, probability of x is equals to 4. So it means at the fourth time you are getting that object which you are looking for, or I can say the success. Success you get at the fourth time. The 3 time you do not have a success, you have a failure, right? If we call it success and failure, or if we call it P and Q, then also P is the probability of success and Q is the probability of failure. So I can say it is Q power 3 and P. I hope you get this concept. So now geometric distribution says the discrete random variable x, right? In this case my discrete random variable x was what? Getting 6 on the roll. So geometric distribution says the discrete random variable x is the number of trials needed to obtain the first successful outcome. So we have seen in the above example at what trial we are getting 6. And this is the way geometric distribution is written, right? And this tells you here, the probability of success is all that is needed to describe the distribution completely. So we have seen in the previous distributions that the parameter needed So in geometric distribution, you need only one parameter, which is your probability of success, right? Just let me connect it here. For example, in binomial, what do you write? NP, where N is the number of trial and P is the probability of success. So there you needed two parameters, but in geometric distribution, you need only one parameter. I was talking about the conditions. So the only difference in the condition is that you continue the trial, it's not fixed. So two possible outcome, success and failure, same as binomial. The probability of success is same in each trial, same as binomial. All trials are independent of each other, same as binomial. Continue the trial until the success occurs. This is different because in binomial it is fixed number of times. Then the random variable, the number of trials up to and including success. So we have seen here how to write it. And what formula did you derive from here, which we have seen in the example? That Q is R minus 1 and P. And Q we know is equals to 1 minus P, right? So this is how we have derived this formula, and there is no end limit. One more thing, in the syllabus you have the expectation or the mean of the geometric distribution as well, not the variance, but the mean is there. So the formula for the expectation or the mean of geometric distribution is 1 over P. So you can make a note of it. Now let's see a question. So I have solved this question here for you. If geometric distribution is given to you, find E of x. So I am simply substituting in the formula because this gives you P. So I am writing here 0.8 and I got the answer 1.25. Second part of the question is saying x is less than mean, which means less than 1.25. Because we are talking about here x as a random variable, so it has to be integer, right? It cannot be 1.25. So when we are talking about x less than 1.25, which is the integer, greatest integer after that? 1, right? Achha, by the way, one more thing. In binomial distribution, you get the calculation of x equals to 0. But in geometric distribution, the smallest is x equals to 1. Why? We have seen in the first example, the success happens first time. When we were rolling the 6, the first condition is that first time we got 6. So that's why this condition is not in a geometric distribution. Okay. So now we got the answer here. Now I am giving you 3 minutes or 1 minute or 2 minutes, your chance. Try to solve this question, right? Then I will show you the solution. As you need to put the video on pause, I will keep showing it to you so that time can be reduced of the video. So you can put the video on pause now, right? Now the question is getting a 5 on the third roll using a 6-sided die. What is the first step? Die has 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have explained in detail. And probability of getting 5 is 1 over 6. And probability of not getting 5 is 5 over 6. You know that also. So he's saying third roll may you are getting 6. So first no 5, second no 5, third 5. So probability will be this, right? So what formula did we deduce from here, which I have already discussed with you? So either you do it like this or you directly apply in the formula and solve it. So I hope you understood it. In next video we will take basically all the rules. Right now I have just discussed one rule here with you. So in the next video I will make connection between them, and you can find the link in the description below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please press like and subscribe.